Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Wow. How did this happen? How did we get here? But we did. It's exciting. I'm waiting for Nancy to come and join us. Today, we're going to talk about goal setting. And we have a little bit of a twist on it. Oh, here's Nancy. So let's see. I want to talk about the anti-resolution because we all are used to everyone talking about what their resolutions are for, let's see, there she is.
Hello!
Hi, my friend. Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year! Happy 2023!
Oh, it's so good to see your face, Nancy.
It's great to see yours. I'm like so excited for 2023. You don't even know.
I know I am too. I'm getting pumped. I really am. I'm really feeling my energy rise. And I had this, I hope everyone had some time with their families to renew and rejuvenate. I certainly did. And now I feel re-energized and ready to go.
Boom! So, all setting goals, and literally, it's kind of like it is about setting goals, but it's also about a little bit of reality check, right? I don't know about you guys, but like we get a really weird, like something happens in the end of December. We're creating these massive lists of everything we're going to achieve
Yeah.
in January, and January 1st is like the magic Monday of the diet, right? Like it's good.
Ooh. I think that Nancy might have just frozen. She froze for me. If you guys can still hear me, can someone give me a comment? And let me know if Nancy is. Hi. Oh, we have a couple of people. Let's see if Nancy, go live with Nancy, because she froze for me. There she is. You're back.
I'm back. That was weird. Okay, no, I was just saying like it's like when you're okay. I'm back. Don't worry. So like the first, like the Monday, you're like, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. It's like January 1st is the magic Monday for like our entire lives, right? Like we're supposed to somehow figure out like, I'm going to start my
I'm
new
gonna
diet, start my,
become a new
I'm,
person. I'm gonna be a different person than I am now, because the truth is who do you need to become, right? In order to do the things that you know you need to do to move yourself forward in life, in your business, in your relationships, and it doesn't happen magically that, okay, now we're in a new year and now I'm going to become the person I need to become. And what Nancy and I were discussing before we came on here is that usually your goals are the same. They haven't really changed all that much. If you've been working in business for the last couple of years, you have a goal, right? What could your goal be? To have more clients, right?
yeah,
To have,
that's like always going to
yes,
be, and I don't care what you want to put a ribbon on it. It could be anything you want. Like I want to help more people. I want to, better, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. You want more clients,
right,
because if you have more clients, you don't have a business, and it's just
right.
what.
And so, what I wanted to talk about today is it's not about setting out some new resolution, that new shiny resolution, something different that you can, a shiny bright object that you can now obsess about and focus on. It's about really taking a look at what you've been doing thus far and the goal that you've been working on, and recommitting to do whatever it takes until you get the result that you're looking for.
Exactly, and also looking at what is working and what isn't. Like
Okay.
getting realistic with yourself. Like,
I love that.
yeah, like I mean, like if you've committed to going live every day and you've been making this commitment for the past year and you've been going live like 3 times a week, let's then recommit to 3 times a week. Like, let's have a win, because
Yeah.
maybe going live every day isn't what's going to move the needle.
Oh my God, I have to jump in. I'm so excited about what you just said, because this is really important. I really want people to hear this. Studies show that you want to step outside of your comfort zone and make goals that by 15%. You want to increase activity by 15%, because the most important thing is that you do it.
Yeah.
That your goals are attainable, because when you say that you're going to do something and then you do it, you build
Mm-hmm.
self-trust. If you say, oh, you get excited, you're in the moment, I'm going to do it every day, and then you don't do it every day, and then what happens? The shame spiral,
Yeah.
right? And you feel bad about yourself, and you feel like, you didn't show up for yourself. And so it's very important to create small goals in the beginning so that you can have some wins. I love that you brought that up.
Well, yeah, and I think like in the end, it's about creating like a structure for yourself that you're going to achieve things. So like if your
Yeah.
goal is to get clients, right? You want to look at what it is that you're doing to actually achieve that goal. And have you been really doing things, or have you been creating a load of crap that makes you feel like you've been doing something, but really
She doesn't sugarcoat it, folks. She doesn't sugarcoat it. I would call that busy work. She calls that a load of C. That's what she calls it.
well, it is. It's like, and I'm sorry, I'm victim to it too. I mean, like, I love to play with our logo. I will create an endless supply of landing page, like
T-shirts.
Oh my,
she likes to.
Guys, and please, if anybody wants a T-shirt, then we have the best T-shirts that I want to make so badly. Anyway, so it's like, yes, and we all do it because it's more fun to do that stuff that makes you feel like you're moving the needle than actually do the grunt work that you need to do to move the needle. So like, you need to look at that and acknowledge what you're doing, and honestly schedule it in, because it's easier to let yourself have it.
Yeah, and I want to step in for a moment just to bring in like the emotional side of it, why we do that, you know. And it's not just because it's easier and more fun, it's more emotionally safe. You're not putting yourself out into the world when you're playing with your logo. You're not putting yourself out there, you know, to possibly get rejected when you're obsessing on your website, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we want to be doing is we want to be focusing on revenue generating activity. And revenue generating activity is about making contact with people and making offers,
Yep.
right? And so how do we do that? What is the main thing we need in order to make contact with people, to make offers, Nancy?
You need to actually have people. And you know, it's nice. Like, people will say, like, make offers to people, get out there, make 10 enrollment calls a week. Okay, great. With who? So like, it's like, saying that sounds good. Yep. But what you do is have a way of doing that, and then also knowing how to do the enrollment calls. So what I want you guys to do is think about, for your business, what is your strategy to get leads? Because that's what this all really boils down to. So what is your strategy to get leads? We have a belief that you should be doing an event every quarter. An event to drive people to see your business, get eyes on you, fresh eyes, to share what you're doing, to get emails so that you can then have people to nurture, to keep your pipeline. A pipeline is a list of people that are interested in your products and services that you're nurturing meaning connecting with, so that you're going to be keeping them in a flow with
and serving, connecting with and serving, right? And so they get to feel what your offerings are like.
Yeah. So it's the know, like, trust factor. So you're going to build that, and you want to be able to do that. So if you do that, if you set it up every quarter, that's a manageable amount, because you're going to actually be able to say, like, okay, I have 3 months to prep this, to do this. I'm going to get them into my program. I'm going to serve them in my program, and in them also continue to build my pipeline. Because if you just, what happens is people will say, like, oh, good, I got people in. Yay, I have clients. And then they focus on those clients, and then all of a sudden they lose some clients, and then their well's dry, and they're like, rah! It's not a feast or famine. It does not be that. You need to have a strategy. And we want you to set you up for that. So I want you guys to start thinking about a strategy.
Yeah.
Have clients all year long.
What I hear you saying in that, Nancy, which really resonates with me, because this is, in the beginning, I didn't understand this at all, is that you constantly have to have new people being exposed to you.
Yeah.
You know, even once you create a community and you have people who have worked with you before, and you have, you know, maybe a decent sized email list, you still need to be exposing yourself to new people, having new people coming in all the time. And that's something that took me a little while to understand, you know, that outreach with new people, that constant new stream of people coming in, is so vital to that lack of feast or famine.
Absolutely. And the thing is, this is where, like, it kind of gets a little bit of a struggle bus, because you're like, I want to work with, you know, these people. I have them. I want to nurture these people in my community. I want to serve the people that are in there. Absolutely. Those, absolutely, those are your people, and you love them. And you need, again, I'm very much so into the idea of kind of creating a little schedule where you can literally block and blocks. And Harli and I have been blocking, so we can have a bit more control, because both of us would love to live with our people.
Yeah.
And we will live with them instead of focusing on bringing in more.
Yes.
And in order to grow and be what we want to be, we need to actually be what we said we're going to do, which is bring in more people. So we time block.
Yep.
And out things, and we want you guys to do that too. So when you're thinking about how are you going to get new clients, how are you going to bring and grow and build, I want you to start thinking about how are you going to create your day,
Yes.
and what are you going to do to generate leads, right? So
Yeah.
what plan to generate leads and create an online event, which is what we recommend, because you can get in front of how many people at one time do you think on like a small event? What would you say?
On a small event, I mean, how small? I mean, hundreds.
Like a starter event, like what would you say?
I would say a starter event, 300 to 500
Yeah,
people.
I think that's an absolutely fair number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it starts around 300 to 500, and then it goes upwards. You can get, I mean, honestly, and this is no exaggeration, you can go from 300 to 500 up to like 7,000
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
We're not saying that you're going to start there, but so the idea is to build to that, and the reason that you're going to be building is, imagine the first event you do, you had 7,000 people that you were in touch with. That might be a little bit overwhelming,
Yeah.
but like if you start at a smaller
Right.
number of people, I mean, you're building your confidence, you're really starting to see what resonates and what people respond to.
Mm-hmm.
Do another one, and you're like, ooh, I kind of own this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it happens at the rate with which you can handle it. I really believe that. Here comes the woo, everyone. Here comes the woo. Okay. It happens at the rate with which you can handle it, right? And so there's a surrender to it. When we coach people to do these events, we've definitely seen other people coach these events and have with huge numbers, and you're going to get this many people. And then when they don't, they feel so crushed. We're more realistic about it because I think that there's value in having a smaller event, right? Because that's what you can handle at this point, and it's only going to grow. And I want to just jump in about this time management thing, because this is something that I have struggled with. Structure, organization, time management is my real Achilles heel, right? I'm still really learning. Nancy is really the best partner for this for me. She really supports me. But what I've learned is that if it is not on a calendar, it does not exist for me. Right? So you have to actually get that granular and like figure out how many hours towards lead generation you're going to be spending a week, and you've got to block it in specific time on your calendar, so that you are getting that accountability just from your calendar to say, this is what you need to be doing right now. And that has really served us to get very intentional. That's another word that I love for when we talk about resolutions or anti-resolutions. It's about getting really intentional with your time and your energy to create the result. You know what? You've been working on this for years. You haven't gotten the exact result. You know what it's about? Not giving up until you get there. It doesn't matter how many times you have to pivot or you fall. It's about getting up and learning from that experience and moving on. So I love the time management piece. It's been so helpful for us, and getting leads in, so we're talking about these online events. How do we do this, Nancy? What are you even talking about online events? How do I learn how to do this?
Everyone's welcome to come. We train, we do a workshop on how to do your online event. We teach you literally the strategy from start to finish. It's our free event that we love to teach. It gets us very excited. I don't know, Harli, can you throw the link in? It's ucoachia.com/LGL. So you guys can register for that. It's on January 23rd of this month. But so what we teach is, how do you leverage other people's email lists? How do you partner with people? How do you become the authority in your industry without having to pay for ads, without having to troll Facebook, without having to drop into the DMs, right? And then how do you generate leads from that? And you know what to sell to people. So you're going to learn all these things, and it's really fun because you're interact with people. You're not sitting in a room by yourself in a vacuum.
Right.
You're actually with people. And during our workshop, you're doing this. Like, we want you, anybody who's ever been to one of our workshops knows they're very interactive, and we want you to actually do and act and learn, not just sit there and listen. Because if you just sit there and listen, you're not needle.
Yeah, absolutely. So our next one is January 23rd. And we're so excited about this. And it just gets better every time we do it. And it is exciting. And I would say the feeling that I know we've gotten a lot of feedback, the feeling that people walk away with after these events is hope. It's hope. Like I actually have the power to do something to make this dream really happen. You know, it's a strategy. It's a strategy that once you know it and you can apply yourself and do it, you're gonna. It's like a boot camp, really. You know, you learn so many skills, and you can make a big jump in a short amount of time once you learn this strategy.
Exactly. So I mean, I hope everyone can join, because this is the intention for this year, is to help you guys. This is our intention.
Right.
Our intention is to help you actually achieve your goals, and your goals start with getting people in front of you.
Yeah.
And if you have no one to help, then you're not going to be changing anyone's lives.
Right.
And you need to do so. Like, we need to help you change lives. So that's our job, is to help you help others.
Yes. And so it's time to recommit to the goals that, you know, if there's something new you want to focus on, great. But honestly, we all know what we've been working towards for the last who knows how long. It's time to recommit to that and understand that we're going to do whatever it takes. We're not going to stop. That is the definition of success for me, is not stopping until you get the result, the desired result, whatever it takes.
Just in the other word of the day, pivot.
Yeah.
This is just a little extra bonus here. Do not commit yourself to a course of action in the sense that, like, this is the only way I must do it.
No.
It's like, who cares how you get there?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You're trying to get to your goal. Look for the way that supports you the best and is the smartest and fastest, most efficient way to get there.
Right.
Sometimes most efficient, smartest, and fastest way is to invest money into something and have somebody else do it for you. Sometimes the smartest, most efficient way to get there is for you to put in the man hours to do it. You need to look at what's right for you, but you need to actually always be ready to be like, okay, let me reevaluate what's working, what isn't, shift.
Yeah. You know what I love is changing the word failure to feedback, right? Like whenever you step out and you take action and you get a result, right? And your mind can process that as a failure if you don't get the result that you were hoping for, or your mind can process it as feedback, which is, okay, this worked, this didn't work. I get to pivot and work on this. I mean, Nancy and I are constantly doing this, right? And this one skill, this one, ability to take the feedback and immediately put it into action. Not go and emotionally recover for 2 months, right? Because things didn't go the way that you wanted them to.
I think our last pivot, we got literally 24 hours. It was there. Like I'm just going to share. Like we did something. We tried a strategy out. It did not work how it worked in our heads. It was very effective. In reality, not so much. And great for the client. Our clients were great.
Yeah.
Oh, yay, Katie. It was great for the clients. It was not so great for us. And what we had wanted out of it. And Harli and I were both like, really kind of a little bit like heartbroken, I would think would be the right word.
For about 24 hours.
Yeah. It was really hard. And then we're like, okay, well, we're just never going to do that again. And that was literally the lesson. And it was funny because it's this fortitude, this, what's the word for? Like, the intersection thing is
resilience.
Resilience. Is a resilience. And I think that's having a really, like when they talk about having a thick skin in business, I don't think that's what they mean. I think they mean having resilience and not taking when something doesn't work, it just didn't work.
Not taking it personally, and not allowing it to define your worth and what your the worth of your offer, the worth of your business. It's really just about taking a look at it. It's business. It's not personal. It's business, and then being able to pivot in a effective amount of time and an efficient. That's the word I was looking for. An efficient amount of time. Not taking that month to emotionally recover. That's really, that is such a huge part of business growth, is getting your emotions under control, so that you can keep at it and not need these breaks for recovering from what you perceive as failure. It's feedback, it's taking a look, it's pivoting, and it's getting right back into action and not getting too emotional about it.
It's not worth being emotionally invested in, to be completely honest, because what you're really, really working on right now is what you're working on right now, and in 6 months this is not what you're going to be working on. So to be that emotionally invested in what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
it's not.
You just have to keep moving. You have to stay in action and keep moving. That's the most important part. So, you know, when it comes to lead generation, we love the way we teach it and we do it. It's fun. You get to create something that really serves your people. You get to gain authority. You get to create a network with other experts in your area that will serve you in ways that you can't even imagine right now, which will blossom for you in the future. So come hang out with us on January 23rd. Katie's going to be there. And you get to see how we can help you make this happen for yourself. Let's really start January strong, 2023 strong, and let's recommit to those goals and to that activity, to that time management, and we'll see you there.
I'll see you there.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.